long, long list of all the different stories, but it's hard to pick the right one without you. Oh, hello, listener. Are you ready for a mystery story? Oh, you are? Bravo, bravo. Oh, hello. Go ahead and grab a seat. Get nice and comfy. Now you know with our mystery stories that I do depend on you, the listener, to help me with our tale. So every now and then, I'm going to need you to help me. Are you willing to help? Very good. This mystery story is called The Black Spot. Rebecca made herself very comfortable in her bed. She fluffed up her pillow and she grabbed her favorite. What was her favorite thing? She's in her bed. What did she grab? No, don't be shy. Oh, she grabbed her favorite stuffed animal. A tiny bear with wooden button eyes. She held it close, pulled her blanket up to her chin, and fell asleep. It had been a very, very cold night. As she started to fade off into dreamland, she looked at her ceiling, and there was a tiny black spot. Looked almost like a tiny speck of foam. But she thought nothing of it and began to fall asleep. In the midst of her dream, it was very pleasant when all of a sudden, in the middle of her dream appeared what appeared in the middle of her dream. Could be anything. What appeared in Rebecca's dream? What say you? Could be anything. Oh. It could be the captain's hat. Yes, it could be. Oh, I'm so excited. Yes. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Yes. In the midst of her dream appeared a piece of candy. But not just any piece of candy. As she unwrapped it, there was a hideous eye. She dropped it straight to the floor and screamed in fright. And she awoke in her bed, clutching her teddy bear with the wooden eyes. Oh, it's just a dream. What a horrendous dream. Dreaming of candy that is body parts. So disgusting. She looked up with a shiver, and the black spot was now the size of a quarter. She thought nothing of it and turned over to her side, pulled up her quilt, and began to dream again. She was soon fast asleep. She was imagining being down by the beach. Very soothing when, oh dear, something else appeared. Oh no, even worse than the candy eye. What was it? Something appeared in her dream. Oh, I fear to even say. Oh, disgusting. Oh my goodness, you're right. She saw a can. When she opened up the can, oh, gross. Pureed broccoli began to spill out. It was even mixed with cheese. It was just steamed broccoli. And it was slimy and moldy and began to stick to her hands. She tried to wipe it off of her hands, and it grew onto her arms. Tiny trees of broccoli started sprouting from her arms like hair out through her shoulders and in her back until she had a hideous tree growing out, and she awoke. Her quilt thrown back, shivering goose pimples all over her body, and the black spot above her was now the size of her hand. Listeners, should she continue to ignore the black spot? What do you say? Ignore it? You say ignore it. You say don't. She decided to. What do you say? Should she ignore it? You say ignore. You say don't ignore. You say yes, fool. What do you say? Should she touch it? All right. Rebecca reached up and touched the black spot that was just the size of her hand, and it was ice cold. Oh, it hurt. That's how cold it was. She pulled back her hand. She put it under the covers. How chilling. and the black spot cracked just a little bit. She felt as if she couldn't breathe. She clutched her chest and clutched her bear and decided, no, I'm not going to touch it again. I'm going to just go back to sleep. This is all just a dream. I'm going to go back to sleep. Yes. She closed her eyes, wound up Oh no. She could barely breathe in her dream. Something appeared. She's gasping for air. She's looking around. In her dream, she's moving everything past. She's grabbing. She's looking for something. Yes, she grabs a hold of the lifesaver, clinging for life. She holds onto it tight. She's in the middle of a void. And the blue flashing lights. She can barely see. Oh, her whole body is starting to chill and oh, it's so cold that it's hot. You know the feeling. Her skin feels like it's burning and peeling off her. She awakes in the black spot. The black spot is huge. It's taking over her entire ceiling, cracking. Oh dear. She clutches onto her bear with its wooden eyes and she reaches up. She reaches up and Listeners, should she grab the black spot's cracks? What do you say? Yes? You say yes? You say, don't ignore it. You say, we cannot ignore it. Oh, good. She reaches up. She grabs a hold. She pulls it down. And it's like this black fungus, but it feels like snow. Clutching and grabbing. She feels different. She's clutching and grabbing. She breathes. She lurches herself out onto the icy bank of... She looks down at her feet and she sees ice skates. She looks down at the crack, and the crack was leading into the pond. She was drowning. She thought this whole time it was all a dream, but it was a dream within a dream. Oh, listeners, you saved her. You saved her from a fate of death. Oh, goodness, if she would have just stayed there and kept dreaming, she would have died. Oh, listeners, you saved her. You solved the mystery of the black spot. Bravo. Oh, well done, you shepherd of souls. I'm so proud of you. Bravo. Give yourself a round of snaps. Round of snaps. Oh, bravo. Oh, listeners, you just made my day. You know how terribly lonely it gets up here, but every time I see your beautiful faces, well, the story just strikes, a rose for me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you make me miss my sister. You really do. You know, I often wonder if my sister's out here somewhere. Well, if you ever hear anyone named Mabel, and that's my sister, she likes to do all kinds of fun noises. We used to do a radio show together, but, you know, I haven't seen her in ever so long. Anyway, it has been such a pleasure doing a story for you. I do hope that we can do this again soon. Oh, hello, listener. Next time will be an even darker story. I hope that you have the stomach for it. All right, listeners, this is Martha Deathstone with Murder Mystery Stories. I hope that we can play again soon. And remember, one mask, one ride. Make sure that you ride that time boat. Ta-ta for now.